Hi guys, it's Kelly here, and so today's card is it's going to be some Copic coloring. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I have been blessed enough to be asked to join the Make It Crafty Clean and Simple design team, which I'm totally stoked about because I think their images are awesome. They do have hard products, but they also have digital images, and I'm a big fan of digital images because you can make them any size you want. So my first challenge in the team is, of course, shades of black and white. So I did do this card already. This is the card that we're going to be, well, we're not going to make the whole thing. We're just going to color this butterfly, but this is what I ended up with. Now, you've heard me say before that I don't do any cards twice. Why am I doing this again? Because I shot the coloring the first time and I just rambled my way through it, and then after I listened back to it I wasn't really pleased. So on my desk I just have my colorless blender and then just my C's and some W's. These are just grays, and so the whole card has to be black and white. That's the name of the game in this one, and I'm going to zoom in here so you can see me color, and then we're just going to chat. So okay, black is never just black. I don't even own a black marker. The darkest marker I own is C9. But the reason that it can't just be black is because then there would be no depth, and we don't want that. So I'm just laying in the parts that I start with my lightest color. I always start with my lightest color. It just works best for me. But yeah, so of course when Zoe sent me the message and then asked me about joining the team, I was super stoked. I think she's, all the girls on the team really are just wicked awesome colorists, and I was stoked to be able to join them. But then she told me what the first challenge was, and if you know me, you know that I love color, and all of us want to, anytime you're joining a new team, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going with this. Anytime you're joining a new team, you want to come out the gates swinging. Of course we do. We all do. You want something that's beautiful and something that shows like, hey, you didn't make a mistake in picking me for your team. I really can color. And then she told me it was shades of black and white, and I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. Big trouble, because I can't use any color. So I still do like the way that the card turned out. It was actually fairly beneficial for me because my sister-in-law, my youngest sister-in-law, just got engaged, and her boyfriend have been together as long as me and my husband have been together. And so they were just waiting until they got out of college and got settled, and JOBs and all that business. And so she finally got engaged this over the summer, and she's wonderful and he's wonderful, and I wish them the best of luck. So this was C1. Let me flip this around here for you, and we're moving on to C3. So I figured black and white was a pretty good, because I don't know what her wedding colors are going to be yet. I don't even know if she knows what her wedding colors are going to be yet. But black and white's pretty traditional, for elegant, and I just love this butterfly image. It's part of the Blooming Flowers collection. As my phone goes off, let's just see if we can put that on silent. So anyway, so I felt like black and white was a pretty good just thing for a wedding card, and I had butterflies was like the theme for my own personal wedding because I love them oh so much, and so I thought it would be nice to put on her card. And oh, okay, so we're just feathering in some color. I know that it's going to be fairly dark. That C1 is not even going to be seen in most areas of this, just probably through here, just because everything's so tight and tiny. I sometimes struggle with getting good feathering in areas like this where I can't just color over the whole thing. So I really got to work on this thing, guys. I mean, it just, when I do it, it drives me just absolutely crazy. This part right here, Zoe has put in these little lines, so I'm going to stick with that. And usually when I'm doing them, you want to pick if your highlight's going to be above or below the line. Mine's almost always above the line. This part's going to be a bit darker because there's going to be, you know, casting some shadows on there. I am by no means an expert colorer. You've heard me say this before in my videos. I am completely self-taught. I wanted to take a Copic class so that I could maybe do some teaching, but I was told, working on C5, I was told by some friends who did it that outside of having the title of Copic Intermediate Artist, there's really no, they didn't think that I would benefit from it. And you have to, or I said intermediate, beginner, but you can't get to the intermediate level without taking the beginner class, and those classes are just like, oh my gosh, the money. Oh, it's so much money. And I am so poor, so poor. I just cannot afford, not to mention none of them are even in my area. Okay, I would have to travel to, like, I think the closest one I found was in Pittsburgh. I live in Cleveland. So that's, you know, a couple hour drive, and then the hotel room and the cost for the class, it would be like $500 for me to go and take one of these Copic classes, and I am just I can't do it. So probably never gonna teach this stuff, which is fine. We'll just do YouTube videos. This little piece part here, I just felt like it should be black. Sometimes when I'm coloring things that are realistic, I will go on like Google and I'll look them up and see what's what, but I didn't feel the need to do that with this butterfly because it's a butterfly, and I feel like butterflies can be whatever color you want them to be. Just, you know, it's a butterfly. I mean, they come in all kinds of colors. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with however you want to color it. This this wing back here, we're gonna eventually add some shading just all over because we want it to appear like it's behind this other wing, and anything that you make darker automatically fades it to the back. And I'm on my darkest color. Let me turn this around here so you can actually read it. Unless you can read upside down, then good for you, talented woman or man, whoever. Anyway, so this is my darkest color, and I'm going to, I do have a C7, which is in between, but not, that thing's not inked up, like not even a little bit. And I don't have I don't have a refill for it. I'm really bad at getting the refills, because when I have money to spend, I want more colors. Even though a bunch of people have told me you don't need more colors. I want all the colors. I want all the colors in the world. I can't help myself. I want them. So I don't buy refills like I should. Most of the refills that I own are for my lighter colors, because you just run through those things, I mean, like crazy. It's like just completely, they get consumed so quickly. So yeah, this is supposed to be black, so I'm adding quite a bit of this C9 and then just flicking and blending and flicking and blending. Like I said, these little areas in here can be kind of hard because you don't want to color over those spots that are going to be white. Coloring white is very interesting because you're not adding, see, I feel like I didn't add enough dark over on the side, so I'm going to go back in and just blend a little bit more in there, in between these markings. I guess that's what you call them. That's what I'm calling them. I don't know if it's right. I'm not a is it entomology that do the bugs? Oh my gosh, you'd think I'd watch enough episodes of CSI to know what it is. I think it's an entomologist. Or I'm an idiot, and now I sound like an idiot. But I think it's an entomologist. Oh dear. So this one I'm just very light line on the side, and then underneath where the ribbing of the body is. So what were we talking about? Do you remember? Oh my goodness, I get sidetracked so easily. Anyway, back to when we first started this, we were talking about Make It Crafty. So they do have hard products, but they have also these digital stamps, and I use mostly digital stamps. I know that not everybody is comfortable with them. I was talking to my friend Barb the other night on the phone, and we were talking about digital stamps, and she's like, I don't even know how to use them. I'm never going to use them. And I started to talk to her about like how I open them in Microsoft. I open them in Microsoft and, you know, resize them, and she cracks me up. She's like, Kelly, just stop, dude. I'm never gonna do it. It's never gonna happen. So I don't know how you feel about digital images. If you don't know how to use them, I would be more than happy to maybe make a video and show you, because I love them, especially for like challenges. I think that they are so fun. You go, you pay whatever, $2, $4, and then you have this image that you can do lots of fun things with, and you have it forever. I mean, you download it onto your computer. And then moving on to C3, then you can just do tons of things with them. I did a video a little bit ago about watercoloring a digital image. Now that's probably seems like just a completely crazy idea. Can you hear my dog sneezing? Can you hear her? She's right behind me and she's sneezing. My dog's name is Molly. She's a boxer mastiff. I got her from work. Somebody had left her out on the streets of the fine city of this that I work in, and I don't like this blend, so we're going to go back over this and see if we can do that a little better. But anyway, so somebody had left Molly on the streets of Parma Heights, and she was in the service garage, and one of the officers came up and said, hey, are you in the market for a dog? Now I'm doing this and I just realized that I forgot to do the some more C5 on this one, so we're going back. Anyway, he came up and said, hey, are you in the market for a dog? And I said, no, we decided we're going to wait until next spring. We're just not ready for a dog yet. And he said, oh, good, I'll bring her up. Of course. So then she laid in the dispatch with me all day long and slept underneath my feet. And then when I was getting ready to leave, I still don't like this, so we're going to see what we can do to fix it. I was getting ready to leave work, and I could not get a hold of my husband to ask him about bringing home this dog. So I just, executive decision, I was like, well, I'm just going to bring her home, and then, you know, hopefully she'll grow on him or something. And so I loaded her up in my car. She just hopped right in the back like we'd just been together forever and ever. And on my way home, he called me, and I was like, hey, so how do you feel about a dog? And he's like, well, you know, I always knew you wanted a dog and we were going to have one eventually, so if this is the one for you, then just bring her on home. Well, thank Jesus, because she was already in the car. He doesn't even know that. He's going to know that now, though. So for the whites, you just want to add in the shadows. I mean, it's already white. You're just going to add some depth with some shadows. So we're starting with W1 and just flicking that in there. And this way, and we're just going to do that for all of our little areas. The white's pretty quick because you're not, you know, you're not adding a ton of color. You can see me trying to dope this out because I left this white on this one, but on the other one I colored it. I'm dropping things all over the place, people. Butterfingers. On the other one, I actually colored it dark. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go back in here and just nail that out real quick. So anyway, so that's how I got Molly. And she's a total mama's dog. But you know what's really funny about dogs? When I used to take Molly for walks, she used to stand in front of me. Like if somebody came walking up and she didn't know them, she would stand in front of me and bark at them. Now when we go for walks, I have my son with me. She stands in front of my son and barks at people. Isn't that funny? It's just like she knows, I don't know, that one's more important. You know, that he's the one who needs the protection. She's such a sweet dog. My child just terrorizes her. You know, not that we let it go on, obviously. We try to do what we can to deter her. Moving on to W3. And he pulls her tail and tries to push her eyeballs inside her head. I'm not even kidding you. Push, like with his thumb, pushes her eyeballs inside of her head. And she never barks at him. She never snaps at him. She never, nothing. She might hop up on the couch to see if she can get away from him. Which one could hardly blame her. I don't want my eyeballs pushed inside my head. I don't know about you. But so, yeah, she has a wonderful temperament, and we're very, very lucky to have her. So we're just going through and adding, you know, just a little bit of shadows. These bigger pieces, I think I'm going to put some on the outsides here. And then in here. And these are going to be darker because they're going to be behind. So I'm going to go through with the W1 again just to blend them out. But that's pretty much all the white shading that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to do some more shading over here just to make it look like it's a little further behind. Normally I'm a little more careful about going outside of the lines, but basically because I know I'm not going to use this on anything. I already made that card, folks. It's done. It's over. That ship has sailed. So I'm just doing this for your benefit. I am going to take this W3 and I'm going to go back in, and from where that edge would be, like where the shadows would be, I'm just going to go over the whole thing. And the reason I'm doing that is because, now with the W1, is because it automatically, see how that sets it back? It sets it back from the main body of the butterfly. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, but I'm going to use the C3, like where the shadows would be. I'm just going to go over that so it looks as if it's behind this front wing. And that actually is not dark enough, so we're going to go in with some C5. And then blend that out with some C3. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For the final image, I did go through and outline the whole thing, but I'm not going to do that this time. I just don't think it's necessary. So yeah, so I hope the opportunities that have been afforded to me lately, and for you guys, for you guys coming and visiting me and us hanging out together, and you're super supportive, and I so appreciate that. So that's it for today, and I hope that you have a a wonderful day. I will see you guys later. Bye.